Pax Vobiscum. Welcome back to the channel, and to another episode of the Vestal Virgin Plays. I apologize for how late this video is. Towards the end of the video, I'll give you sort of an update as to the trials that life has been putting me through suddenly. Life was pretty simple, and then for some reason, once I decided I really wanted to start my own YouTube channel, suddenly everything started happening. Yes. I apologize if there's some coughs in the video that I'm not able to edit out. I'm still recovering from a very nasty upper respiratory infection, and the more I talk, excuse me, as you can see, the more it makes me cough. So hopefully we can manage to keep this a more quiet, less talking playthrough, but in true form we'll see if that actually happens. But be that as it may, let us continue our journey through Dream Logic. Last we left off, we unfortunately had to leave the Wonderful Clowns level, where we were flying around, truly enjoying ourselves, and were thrust right back into the horror of everything. So, without further ado, let's see where this takes us. Dear, so we are unfortunately back in the sort of beginning rooms that we were before, with the ominous humming, buzzing lights, moldy walls, nicely textured wallpaper. Again, I do actually love the texture of the flooring, but regardless, this is very ominous. I am not ready, and it is probably good that I can't talk without coughing, so that you hopefully won't hear my screams as I get startled by a light. Here we go. So I do remember one of the backrooms levels being a parking garage. This is deliciously ominous. I don't like that fallen beam. Of note here, I don't know if there have been many times, especially when I'm leaving work, where I'm walking back. Sometimes it's rather late, everyone else seems to have left already, and you're walking through the parking garage, and and there's no other sound. All you can hear is your own footsteps as you're walking down down the concrete. It just echoes ominously, and then, when there's no one else there, you truly feel alone. And yet, maybe it's just me, maybe I'm paranoid, but sometimes it almost feels like there are eyes on you. And that you're not actually alone in this large parking garage. So very, very liminal and sometimes frightening feeling, but oh dear. Again, wonderful textures. This is marvelous. Realistic without overtaxing, I guess you could say. I can almost smell this image. Interesting, we found another keyboard. I don't know if those are going to be relevant to the story of Dream Logic as it is, or if they're just sort of an achievement that the developer put in, but either way, 5 out of 7 so far. I will say, when there is some standing water, I think it would be much more immersive to actually hear the difference of texture, or sound texture, if you will, as we walk through the water. And I was scared by a shadow. I keep thinking I see movement. I think it's just light on the water. There's a booth over here. Maybe a parking attendant's booth? It's very dark. Oh! It seems there are multiple ways to go up. I want to make sure that we are exploring everything in its entirety. Very bare bones. Keys. Okay. I wonder what those are for. Project Backrooms from Dr. Roberts to President Myers, 1985, June 15. We have successfully created a portal to reality, but strange things happen to life. Our experiments show that a person going through the portal goes into a short-term coma, waking up without feeling his body for about 6 hours. Well, the person going through the portal goes into a short-term coma, waking up without 6 hours. That's rather strange. Oh, so I guess they found a way to teleport back to reality from the back rooms. So there are scientists here, but when you, after traveling back, the body goes into a sort of coma for some reason. Interesting. It's not ominous at all. I think we're going to explore a little bit more before we go towards the ominous door. Now this is interesting. This is not the door that we saw earlier. That's very creepy. Something else. I guess we'll see what happens. Or is this door. Or is this the door that we saw lower? I'm gonna loop up back and since now this is open and see if this is the case, because if it is, then this is actually the way we need to go. That is the creepy door. Alright, so this is the way we need to go. Wish we could shut it behind us. Oh, that's so dark. I do truly wish we had a flashlight. Is it so dark? Oh, what do we have here? Now, I'm not even going to claim to know what sort of car this is, but it's got a very... can't tell. It's got a sort of that 80s, I guess, sort of look to it, sort of like 80s supercar, maybe. Very strange place for a light. It's creepy. Can't get out this... Oh, we picked up a set of key... do we... Oh, I wonder if we can drive the car. Oh! Apparently it's a very light vehicle. Well, let's see if we can push that back. No. Oops. Now, that's always been an interesting... I've read some... Oh, I don't know if I'd call it fan fiction, but... stories. Hypotheses that people have put forward about the backrooms and the concept of vehicles, either vehicles that with their owners or just perchance of where they had been, no clipping into the backrooms itself, those being drivable, but then you see other sorts of backrooms cars or machines that just, they look like what you expect. They look like a car, but there's something off about them, and you can't place what it is. And I believe there's one YouTube creator called Lost in the Hyperverse. It was either his work or someone else's, where he's walking through this sort of neighborhood, and there's a good entity that is warning him to not get in the cars, don't touch the cars. The cars are actually traps. The cars are made to give you a false sense of security, and once you're in the car, I guess you're trapped. Something to that effect, which is a rather terrifying thought. But we have keys. We can enter the car, so I guess I don't think there was anywhere else to go, so I guess we're driving a car in the back rooms. Oh my goodness. Oh, this is fantastic. It's a, oh, what is it called? Outrun? I think it's called Outrun. I don't know how to drive, though. Oh, there we go. The typical way. Oh my goodness, a Backrooms synthwave or Outrun level. Oh, this is classic. This is wonderful. Oh, are there other vehicles? Are there other people? I am so happy. Outrun vibes are secretly one of my favorites. Oh, there are other vehicles. Hello? Oh, I'm not a good driver, apparently. Only got one headlight. Okay, so if we hit them, nothing happens. I guess the goal is just to drive through. Oh! Oh, we've caused a pile of... Oops. Sorry. I can't get out, otherwise I'd get your insurance information. I think we're just going to vibe. This is awesome. Oh, approaching the end. Oh, a tunnel. Oh. I was right. I just got an achievement called Complete the Outrun. Oh no! Did we go back? This is an interesting... Excuse me. Oh, the music is different now. It's got more of that liminal sound, not so ominous. I mean, still ominous, but a different type of ominous. Oh, let's go back! But when you think about it, if you were in the back rooms, typically as it's interpreted, and you were suddenly popped into this sort of outrun level, and you're driving along, but something's off. You see other people, other vehicles, you want so desperately to try to talk to them, and then suddenly you notice that the cars are off. Each of the cars with pop-up headlights only had one headlight up, and they were empty, and you're just driving along with these empty cars going. It's just you in this vehicle. I feel like one could write a whole Backrooms short story just on an outrun level. I'd be very interested to see something like that. Maybe I'll host a Backrooms writing contest one of these days. Oh dear, but here we are. Back in our sort of mid-level room with different music, different vibes, so something is changing. My worst fear. High school. Oh dear. Maybe that's why the music has changed to be a little more liminal and sad, kind of? Walking into, let's say, a childhood memory. So this is the ultimate horror. Oh, this is in reference to the, this is a classic Backrooms. Classic Backrooms image. The, I believe it's called the Liminal Hotel, which is actually based off of a real place. If you look it up on YouTube, it's actually startling that this place is real, and when you look at it, you swear you suddenly walked into the Backrooms, but very interesting. So this is part of a larger school complex, perhaps. I was wondering if this was going to show up. Very interesting. If watching hours upon hours of Backrooms videos has taught me anything, it is don't trust any sign that says exit. We're gonna go back and explore a little bit more before we continue this way, I think. Another set of keys. I wonder if that means we get to go back to the Outrun level. Another note. Project Backrooms from President Myers to Dr. Roberts. 1985, June 22. In view of the results and the quality of the development of this project, I am ordering its immediate termination. Dispose of all evidence. If the terms of the confidentiality... I cannot speak! Confidentiality agreement are breached, you and all staff who have worked on this project will be sentenced to prison. View results and quality. So I'm guessing that the results were not what they wanted, and the quality was lacking if they were going to cancel it. Interesting. Back to so that says exit. We'll explore over here a little bit first. And I apologize if the camera motion is making any of you sick. I'm trying to keep a lookout for the last keyboard and see if it's on this level. Alrighty, so I think we've explored this whole level. Again, these levels aren't necessarily very long, but I'm fairly certain we've looked everywhere here already, so I guess we shall proceed through creepy door number 3. Before we go, though, I will make one more comment about this level itself. It's very, again, this looks very much like my old schools, and there's a strange sense of comfort in the familiar, and in a strange way in having the space all to myself to walk through. And just, I don't know, something about it. As if you could just stand here for hours, sort of get lost in the own thoughts of your child. But the music is an excellent addition to this level, I think. Right, and now we shall proceed. So we got the 12 years a student achievement for completing the school level. And now this looks like an arcade. Interesting. Oh, it seems we have a puzzle. This reminds me very much of the carpet especially brings back a bunch of nostalgia. But it seems we have another puzzle. I hope that's not the shadow of something over there. Keyboard? Again, very kind of familiar environment, but not. Sort of especially with the tiling here, a mesh of the school and the outer school. This carpet is giving me flashbacks. Right, let's see if I'm smarter than a 5th grader. And yes, the sound of the door behind us appearing did startle me. But I will say thank you to the creator of this game for making puzzles that even my feeble brain can comprehend. I am not good at puzzles. Again, that carpet is making me think of all the bowling alleys and roller rinks and other places I've been as a youth. But it seems now we're leaving childhood and going into maybe a more traditional background. Goodbye, childhood nostalgia. And hello, whatever this is. Onward. The sudden absence of the music is actually quite anxiety-inducing. Strange spots on the walls, almost like mold spots. And now this sort of environment, the yellow walls, the lights, the doors, even down to the molding in the carpet, reminds me, and by molding I mean the side molding here, very distinct memory of an old building I used to frequent in childhood as part of an older school. Again, the silence is anxiety-inducing, but it's also part of my memory. It's very strange. Alright, I guess we'll find out what's going on here. This is strange. This is typical backrooms and yet not. I'm very curious what this level is called. I went to turn round, and the door was just gone. Oh dear. My anxiety levels are much increased. The door it is. A xylophone. I don't know what tune to play. Well, if this is a puzzle, I'm afraid I'm useless. We've played around with it. Let's see if that changes anything. Oh, it did. Right, here we go. Oh my goodness, my heart is racing. Again, onward. Oh dear. I'm going mic off. I'm probably going to scream at some point. Well, we have found ourselves in the carpet, yellow wallpaper, buzzing lights overhead, and the promise of an entity hiding in any dark corner. Well, I guess we'll find out, won't we? Those are already fabulous textures. And fabulous buzzing of the lights. And as terrified as I am, I do wish there was some sort of attraction where that was modeled after the backrooms, where you could just wander around yellow wallpaper and buzzing lights. No entities, though. I would like to caveat that. But it seems we no-clipped again. We solved the puzzle, we were just about to walk down the hallway, and then surprise! I'm going to be sneaking around, hoping that doing so will keep the noise down, if you will, and not alert anyone or anything as to our presence. So let's and on top of that, this sort of whispering ambience in the background, dark chanting, it's not helping any. All right, see what we can find. When I tell you, I screamed that there was no way I was going to turn around. I'd have no idea where we are now. We are lost. Oh, my heart is racing. I was not going to turn. If I turned around, that would have been it. Alright, we have a few minutes left on this this episode, so let's see if we can make it out. I'm half tempted to just start running through these rooms, trying to follow the arrows as best I can, just so we can get out of here. I did want to explore, but now that I know that there is an entity here, I just want to get out, which I think would be the reasonable thought process of anyone being trapped here. So here we go. Let's see if it comes back. Oh dear, and another thing any backrooms goer knows is that where there are red lights, there is danger. Oh. I might need a stiff drink after all of this. There we go. Huh? Wait. Oh, we're in a coffin. We're being buried. No, 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 no. No, no, it was a coma. Oh. Oh. Scream. Scream. Oh, beat the wood. Claw at it if you must. Oh my goodness. Oh. We just got the achievement Buried Alive. I can imagine fewer things more terrifying than being trapped, knowing you're trapped, being unable to do anything about it, but particularly being buried alive. I wish there was an option for us to scream or something. Excuse me. What an ending. And again, that harkens back to, I think, the one note that we saw where one's body goes into a coma for, they said 6 hours though. So if it was only 6 hours, why were they already burying this individual? It takes days for a funeral to happen. It's rather odd. But a very interesting twist. Which just begs the question too, because typically in the backrooms one no-clips, one physically goes there. So I'm wondering if in Dream Logic and in this world, if our player character did, in fact, physically go to the backrooms, but then when they no-clipped back out, they went into an immediate 6-hour coma. And due to that, they were presumed dead and then immediately buried for some reason. Very strange, but quite a twist ending too. How unfortunate to be chased by an entity. Oh, that was terrifying. And then to make it all the way back to the real world, just to be buried alive. That's very sad, but again, very intriguing storytelling, I would say. So I believe the last level we did, the red lights made me think that might be the case, and it was a presumed level called Level Run, where you have to run through this essentially abandoned hospital while alarms go off, you have entities chasing you, and if you can get all the way to the end, if I remember correctly, it is you earn your freedom essentially, and you get to escape the back rooms. But overall, wonderful environments. Could use a little tweaks here and there, but for the most part it was realistic enough to make you feel as if you were there. Sound design, quite excellent. Couple of little things here and there, different sorts of sounds for the feet with different textures and so forth. Maybe a little bit of sound when one is crouching. Also maybe actually getting to see the player body to really sort of immerse yourself a little more. But other than that, I appreciate the design, the very unique, other than level 0, that's quite typical, but for the other levels, especially the pool rooms, as the main menu shows here, absolutely fabulous design. Definitely kept me interesting, and it was simple enough to not overtax, but also there was enough depth and enough to sort of look around and see and examine to keep one entertained, especially me, as I like to wander, if you will. So overall, kudos to the game designers, fantastic game, and thank you for only having a couple of instances of entities. My heart and I thank you. But I am actually glad that I played this game. The exploration bit, horror elements were well done as well. Sound design, music, the story itself too, I was not expecting us to be buried alive at the end. It was quite a dark, ironic twist that somehow I think actually ended up fitting with the game. It would have been more interesting to see a little bit more lore, but again, this is not a super in-depth game, but it is very pretty, is wonderful for what it was set out to do, and I still think it's definitely worth a play. Now, in true fashion, I've managed to stretch out a game that probably would take most about 30 minutes into 2 hours. But I also like to talk and wander and explore. But I highly recommend this game. Play it for yourself, investigate for yourself. be immersed into the levels yourself. It is quite a fun game, and it would be really interesting to see this dream logic expanded upon into an even larger game. You know, same universe, same character, but really expanded upon if the creators ever get the opportunity to do so. I would love to see what other levels and textures and wonderful, you know, exploratory things and little, you know, off-putting things here and there that they can come up with. So without further ado, that is the end of this episode. And very quickly, just to talk about a few things happening. My main computer that I utilize, the cooling fan went out, and so that delayed things for a while because I didn't want to overheat my computer with some of the things that I do. It doesn't like running games and recording and editing all at once, so I had to put a pause on doing things for a bit there. And then, of course, life has just been throwing things at me one after another. I'm completing my master's degree finally this upcoming semester. So that's been taking a lot of my time. For work, I've been traveling extensively. I'm about to be traveling quite a bit once again, so that's going to take up some time, but I'm going to put every effort into making sure that I provide content for all of you. It'll probably be mostly weekly postings here, probably until October rather than, you know, every other day. But I'm going to do everything I can to make sure that you have content that you like and that you look forward to, as well as expanding potential for merchandise, stickers, discussion posts. I have a Discord even in the works. But again, as I am a single woman operation, on top of everything else, it can be quite a lot. So if you like what you see and you enjoy my work, enjoy my playthroughs, please consider supporting me via my Ko-Fi. I like to use that site instead of Patreon because they don't take fees and it's a little easier to utilize, and I think it's more user-friendly and for all of you as well as myself. So if you feel so inclined, please feel free to check out my Ko-Fi page as well. And now, that being said, I hope you all have a wonderful rest of your week, and I look forward to seeing you in the next video, one that is hopefully not as scary as this one. Have a good day, everyone. Pax Vobiscum. Goodbye.